Greetings, fellow space travellers. You and I are heading on a cosmic journey back to a thrilling era, the golden age of space opera. Together we'll explore stories from a time when spaceships were sleek and adventures were limitless. There are 7 space opera gems of the 1950s for you to revisit, so let's head down memory lane. Originally published in magazines as short stories or short novellas in the 1930s, 5 of them were collected in book form in Interplanetary Hunter by Arthur K. Barnes in 1956. Unusually for the time, the main protagonist, Jerry Carlisle, is a woman, a never-say-die type who's quite able to handle herself, thanks very much. The stories unfold in a futuristic solar system where Jerry, an intrepid animal wrangler, undertakes perilous missions to capture exotic extraterrestrial creatures for the London Interplanetary Zoo. With undertones of 1930s humour, Barnes is committed to incorporating the latest scientific knowledge of the day. Interplanetary Hunter takes us on a thrilling journey through the hazards of Venus, Jupiter, Saturn and beyond. There are battles with monstrous creatures, betrayals, secrets, all showcasing Jerry's resilience and expertise as she endeavours to bring them back alive. To contemporary eyes, the story can be criticised for sidelining Jerry in her own adventures. She's often shoved out of the limelight by the unremarkable Tommy Strike, her on-off love interest. Plus, of course, there's the ethical issue of capturing live alien beasts for display in a zoo, although we can perhaps applaud the fact that they were brought back alive rather than shot dead and stuffed. Still, all that aside, Jerry is possibly space opera's first heroine, a rarity from back when the swashbuckling was almost entirely done by space tough guys. And besides, the stories are just fun, bringing a nostalgic blend of action, humour and romance to readers and providing a glimpse into the spacefaring dreams of a bygone era. Hi, how are you doing? My name's John and you're watching SciFiScavenger. Welcome, and if you're new around here and this is the kind of science fiction content that you enjoy, then I encourage you to join the gang and subscribe. Thank you, it really helps me to grow the channel. In 1951, Isaac Asimov was persuaded by his editors to write some pulpy science fiction aimed at younger readers, something that might be turned into a serial-type TV programme of the kind that were popular at the time. Asimov was reluctant. It seems he had a low opinion of that kind of TV, but he agreed to do it under a pseudonym, Paul French. The 6 Lucky Starr novels were the result, appearing throughout the 1950s. The TV show never materialised and Asimov later shrugged off the fake name and adopted them as his own. The first book in the series, Space Ranger, is set in the year 7000, where humanity has established colonies across the solar system and beyond. The Council of Science, the most influential organisation, utilises scientific expertise and field agents to combat threats to the Earth's government. Orphaned biophysicist David Starr is sent on a mission to Mars by his guardians, uncovering a conspiracy involving poisoned Martian produce. Teaming up with a Martian farm boy, John Big Man Jones, Starr investigates the poisoning, suspecting a plot to disrupt interplanetary trade. The duo encounter Martian intrigues, facing adversity from disgruntled individuals and discovering the existence of intelligent native Martians below the surface. Starr, bestowed with the title Space Ranger and equipped with a force field mask, works to solve the mystery. As the plot unfolds, tensions rise with the revelation of a poisoner's extortion scheme targeting farm owners. Starr's clever detective work, aided by his Martian disguise, exposes the culprits and unravels the conspiracy. Space Ranger combines elements of mystery, adventure and interplanetary politics, providing a fun story within a futuristic and complex solar system. Next is a book from the Queen of Space Opera herself, Lee Brackett. I have half a mind to do a special episode on Her Majesty, but for now let's just talk about The Big Jump, published in 1955. The Big Jump explores the consequences of Earth's first successful interstellar mission to Bernard Starr. The story revolves around Arch Coleman, an employee of Interworld Engineering. Coleman's friend, Paul Rogers, was one of the crew members who failed to return from the first mission. For Coleman, it's personal. Keen to find out what really happened to his friend, Coleman breaks into the high-security space field on Mars to uncover the mysteries surrounding the mission. As Coleman digs deeper into the secrets of the Cochrane Company, the powerful family behind the space exploration venture, he encounters intrigue, danger and Ballantyne, the enigmatic inventor of the FTL drive and sole survivor of the first mission. The story unfolds in distinct sections, including Coleman's brutal interrogation by the Cochranes, his interactions with the willful Sydney, the hard-drinking and of course the loveliest member of the Cochrane clan, and a journey to Bernard's second planet to unravel the truth. Brackett skillfully combines elements of mystery, adventure and horror. Her characteristic lush and descriptive prose adds depth to the story, immersing us in a world where space travel is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The FTL travel of The Big Jump is not an easy, take us to warp 10, Mr. Sulu. No, this is visceral, scary and fraught with risk. Filled with colourful characters, including the tough and resourceful Coleman, we get murder attempts, corporate intrigue, and the eerie discoveries on Bernard's second planet. The Big Jump is a testament to Brackett's storytelling prowess, blending high-concept space opera with moments of horror and a thought-provoking exploration of human nature. By the way, do me a favour and give the like button a bash. It's the main way that YouTube knows folks are enjoying my videos. Cosmic Engineers by Clifford Simak was published in 1950. In Simak's debut novel, he takes us on a grand adventure across space and time. It's the year 6948. Humanity has colonised the planets in our solar system, but is yet to journey to the stars. The story follows two reporters, Gary Nelson and Herb Harper. Okay, wait a minute. It's the year 6948 and we've got a Gary and a Herb. Really? Come on, Clifford, you're better than Gary and Herb. Anyway, Gary and Herb are on their way out to Pluto to check out a new interstellar ship. They stumble upon a derelict spaceship in the outer reaches of the solar system. And inside the ship lies Carolyn Martin, a brilliant scientist who has been imprisoned in suspended animation for a millennium. Carolyn's mind remained active during her suspended state, and rather than getting, really bored or going insane, she spent that time developing telepathic abilities and advanced mathematical concepts, like you do. When they get to the base at Pluto, they find it's been receiving telepathic messages from the Cosmic Engineers. The Cosmic Engineers reveal that our universe is on a collision course with another, a catastrophic event that could annihilate both. And if that wasn't bad enough, a hostile race known as the Hellhounds aims to facilitate this destruction. Caroline and the reporters join a mission to save the universe. The astrophysical concepts that Simak introduces in the story include wormholes, the multiverse, colliding universes, and the mysterious energies between them. It's pretty advanced notions for 1950. And while Cosmic Engineers may lack some of the character development compared to Simak's later works, it does stand out as an ambitious and intellectually stimulating early piece in the author's career, pushing the boundaries of theoretical physics, as well as giving us some good old-fashioned space opera adventure. Do let me know in the comments what your favourite space opera of the era is. Are there any I should have included? Published in 1959, Beastmaster by Andre Norton is an exciting blend of Western horse opera and science fiction space opera, set in a future where Terra has been ravaged by the alien Zix. The protagonist, Hostine Storm, a Navajo scout and former commando, seeks refuge on a new planet, Arzor. Gifted with the ability to communicate with animals, Storm, along with his loyal meerkats, a puma and an eagle, embarks on a quest for revenge. The story unfolds in a Wild West-like setting on Arzor, where Storm encounters outlaw bands, including a hostile group labelled as goats due to the horns on their heads. As Storm adapts to his new environment, he discovers a deeper purpose, avenging his father's alleged murder. Beastmaster weaves elements of traditional Western tropes into a rich space opera backdrop, exploring themes of revenge, survival, and unexpected alliances. Storm's telepathic connections with his animal companions adds a unique dimension to the story. By today's standards, it might be argued that Norton employs some rather tired stereotypes. Storm is the noble savage archetype, transferred to space opera. To be fair, in this, Norton is no different to any pulp Western novel or movie of the time. What is different for the time is that Norton made Storm the lead character. Overall, The Beastmaster stands out as a pioneering work of space opera, incorporating some diverse cultural elements and pushing the boundaries of genre conventions. The weapon shops of Isha and its sequel, The Weapon Makers, present a futuristic universe ruled by the Empress Inelda in the year 4785. The political philosophy of the weapon shops is minimalist. They will not interfere with the corrupt imperial monarchy of the Isha government, because by their lights, people get the government that they deserve. No government, however bad, exists without at least the tacit consent of the governed. The mission of the weapon shops, therefore, is merely to offer individuals the right to protect themselves with a firearm, or in cases of fraud or other injustice, access to a kind of Robin Hood alternative court system that judges and awards compensation from large imperial merchant combines to cheated individuals. Because the population has access to this alternative system of justice and the ability to defend themselves, the Isha government cannot take the final steps towards totalitarianism. The story encompasses various plot threads and characters spanning 7,000 years into Earth's future. Chris McAllister, a reporter from 1951, is thrust into the future through a time warp which is linked to the weapon shops, grappling with temporal instability and accumulating energy as he goes. Another thread follows Farrah Clark, initially aligned with the Empress, who turns to the weapon shops when his livelihood is jeopardised. Perhaps the most interesting storyline involves Cale Clark, Farrah's son, navigating Imperial City with unique mental powers and special connections to the weapon shop. Weapon Shop and its sequel explore tyranny, rebellion, and the balance between governmental authority and individual liberties. Van Vogt introduces a measured perspective on the right to bear arms through the weapon shop slogan, often repeated even these days: "The right to buy weapons is the right to be free." But unlike some today, they also emphasise the limited use of their high-tech guns just for self-defence and for approved hunting. Overall, these Golden Age science fiction works offer a thought-provoking exploration of political philosophy, futuristic tech, and a timeless struggle for freedom. Robert A. Heinlein wrote 12 books for Scribner, all aimed at what we would now call the young adult market. The 12th book, Starship Troopers, was rejected. Having read it, although it does feature a young protagonist at the start, I personally wouldn't describe Starship Troopers as young adult material, so perhaps that's why they rejected it. Anyhow, the other 11 loosely follow the expansion of humanity across our solar system and beyond. They're otherwise unconnected, they don't share any characters. The earlier books were published in the late 1940s, so let's start with Between Planets, which was published in 1951. The story follows Don Harvey, withdrawn from his New Mexico high school by his scientist parents for an unexpected journey to Mars, perhaps to avoid the threat of war. After delivering a mysterious ring to his father, Don is arrested. His release reveals the death under suspicious circumstances of his friend, the person that gave him the ring. Boarding a shuttle to an Earth-orbiting station, Don befriends a Venerian dragon physicist, going by the name Sir Isaac Newton. The story unfolds as the Venerian War erupts, leading to the capture of the station. Determined to reach Mars, Don, claiming Venerian citizenship, joins the rebels with Sir Isaac's endorsement. A rebel act to destabilise Earth triggers tragic consequences, with the shuttle returning to Earth destroyed, killing everyone aboard. Having fled to Venus, Don faces economic ruin, but a banker's kindness helps him start anew. He befriends a young woman, Isabel, when he tries to send a message to his parents. His bond with Isabel is threatened when Earth sends forces to quell the rebellion. Charlie, their friend, is killed, and Don, sought for his ring secret, escapes to join the Venusian resistance. Transforming into an effective commando, Don is eventually united with Isabel and her rebel father. Their seemingly worthless ring holds the key to advanced technology derived from Mars's extinct alien civilization. Assisted by Sir Isaac, rebels build a groundbreaking spaceship called Little David. As a combat vet, Harvey is recruited for the maiden voyage of Little David, manning a dead man's switch with strict orders to blow up the ship if it's in danger of capture. Little David intercepts and defeats a task force of warships on their way to Mars to crush the revolt. And with that, our literary rocket ship has safely returned to the launch pad, but our cosmic adventures are far from over. If you're hungry for more space opera delights, you can check out the previous video, which is up here, and I'll be continuing the mission with a look at the 1960s. So look out for that in a few weeks. Do let me know in the comments if there's any of your favourites from that era that I should include. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye for now.